So if you tuning in right when we start the show, wow, you don't got nothing to do, huh? You just bored out here. Let me
Bored in the house,
retweet.
bored in the house, bored.
Out bored in the house, bored in the house, bored, bored in the house, bored in the house, bored. Okay. Oh, it's gonna do this shit to me again, huh? It's gonna do this shit again, where it won't let me share the post, but it will. Like, why would I share it to the page that is posted on? Why? Does that make sense? Does that make sense to y'all?
Facts.
Because it makes sense to Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, I forgot to put that on the docket.
Hi, Victoria.
Hi, Victoria. I forgot to put. I'll let you know this is a topic. I don't like to talk about Facebook like that because whenever you talk about Facebook, Facebook breaks it down. But Facebook, there was a data scientist that talked about how she knows that there's blood on her hands because of the stuff that Facebook did in terms of like letting propaganda and letting fake pages like exist on Facebook.
Proliferate.
Yes, proliferate.
Proliferate.
Could you, while you're on there, create a quick just like black background? Santiago Mike Jonas at 8:20. Special guest again to talk about the real shit that make you feel shit.
What's the 9:20 got to name?
So what can we start with? Oh, we can start with the Boston Discord. That's a good little filler for the second. So me and Malaysia started a Boston Discord channel. Server, I guess server is the proper terminology. So the server is where we can talk about pretty much anything about Boston and I would say Massachusetts, but mainly Boston, like specific. We have like individualized town by town text chats channels, I guess. And it's cool. Community's kind of cool. Yes, I also wonder what we're gonna talk about tonight because tonight. Now I have stuff to talk about tonight. Tonight's like a midnight. Like there's not too much, but there's like a little bit.
Not a lot, baby girl, just a little bit.
But Boston Discord. If you want to join, you can message me or Malaysia. It's an exclusive club. It's not an exclusive club.
It's not very exclusive, but you have to live in Boston. And I don't. And when I say live in Boston, I actually mean live in Boston, like Roxbury, Dorchester, like those kind of places. You know, like East Boston, Brighton, those places.
You know, live like she said, live in Boston. So if you want to join. We have fun. We talk shit.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, we're gonna have fun with it. That's the first thing. The second thing, did you see that allegedly? Not allegedly, it was true. There was like smoke from California or like the West Coast in our like air today.
Wow, that's crazy.
So there was like a little bit of like red particle dust in the air from the fires.
That's crazy.
So it's like across the country we're like all dealing with the impact of those freaking wildfires.
Climate change, man. That's are we scrolling into
climate change?
I was gonna say
I kind of did. Oh no.
But yes, climate change works too because it's the two sides of the same thing of what I'm gonna say.
You know, Trump said that the scientists they don't know that climate change causes things to also get cold.
No, you didn't know that. Every time Trump said nobody ever knew, he means he didn't know. If I know you guys know, but this may. Oh, no one ever knew that, you know, Puerto Rico was an island surrounded by water, big water, ocean water. Am I streaming from YouTube?
I hope not.
Funny.
I hope not. But I was so confused.
Oh, no.
You are? Are you streaming?
The mic was on.
Oh. I was really confused. I said, we all knew this. That's why it's been, like, extremely cold for the past 3 years in Boston. Like, just because you didn't know didn't mean we didn't know. But this climate change stuff is serious. Don't have gender reveals that involve fiery things.
Don't have gender reveals, full stop. Like the original person who had a gender reveal had it because like it was like a milestone because she kept, you know, losing her children.
Babies.
And her kid ended up being trans. And like she's like, don't do that because your kid could be like you don't know your kid's gender. You know their sex. and it's not worth having a party. Or just go to the this what used to be a baby shower. When you went to the baby shower, they would tell you the gender of the baby or not.
Or the way you actually would find out was when you went to the baby registry at Target or at
yeah, you see how what colors they chose.
Who is the baby store? Toys R Us.
Babies R Us.
You go to Babies R Us. You print out the registry and everything's pinky. You'd be like, oh, she's having a girl.
Bro.
Oh,
That was quite annoying.
Should I turn it off? Oh, I turned it off. Never mind. Philippines people having gender reveals that start large ass fires that spread up and down a coast and then push the air into our air. Like, absurd. All those states that had to deal with like the residual smoke and stuff. I know somebody I know that I met like once on a cruise. She has like a house in like Oregon or something, and they just moved in a couple months ago, and now they're like their house is in like threat of being burnt down from the fires. So climate change real. Don't fuck with fire.
Don't fuck with fire.
And that's what I gotta say about that. Now we can go on to the homie. Oh wow, Kayan said 90% of wildfires are started by people on the West Coast. That's facts.
Yeah,
because it's very dry there.
And you know, the indigenous people who were genocided out of there knew how to deal with proper, the environment properly, so this didn't happen. Just in case some people want to start, acting like it would happen no matter what, because it would not have. But anyway. Also, before we talk about the trees,
the trees may safe, guys.
But I'm gonna go to Michelle Wu because Santiago should be jumping on in like 10 minutes or something. So, but yeah, we went to Michelle Wu's. Michelle Wu announced her campaign. I keep forgetting that because that little hoe announced her campaign before her.
What did they call it? His political
faux pas. They called it a political faux pas, knowing damn well it would have been totally. Nobody else would have been allowed to do that and get away with it. Like, come on, dog.
Steal a whole woman's shine.
When have y'all ever heard of some other politician announcing somebody's candidacy?
It honestly kind of helped Michelle Wu at the end because you saw her yesterday. She went on every news network. Everybody was giving her an interview. Everybody said yes.
Because it makes him look really petty. It makes him look scared.
He is scared.
I know.
He's been scared of Michelle Wu. Michelle Wu has had like a fire under Marty's ass for like 4 years now. He is so afraid of her that it's kind of funny. Marty Walsh is a political fupa.
He is.
Oh yeah, but me and Malaysia went to an event yesterday that she had for like young activists, and that was cool.
This stuff. This restream, it's looking way better. I'm sorry. I'm just noticing.
That ADHD popped out. I said, huh? Me reading this, Malaysia. The restream looks so nice. They updated things.
They did, though. It looked a bit different. But yeah, no, we went to the campaign event. It was pretty good. It was at a park in Fields Corner. Like, which park was it?
It's the one.
It's not Ronin Park. It wasn't there. It was the other one.
It was, the park across area. From the almost new Target.
Target?
Walmart? Yeah, there's a Target across. You didn't see the Target?
Oh, Target. Where are they building the Walmart? Didn't you say they were building a Walmart? Who said they were building a Walmart?
I did. It's allegedly going to be by the Morrissey Boulevard.
Oh, Morrissey Boulevard. Right. I thought you said that Walmart was. Anyway. So yeah, it was over there. It was pretty cool. It was for youth specifically, youth activists specifically. So that was nice. It's nice to see a campaign properly come out and just talk to people and hear their issues. Because young people get left out of those kinds of conversations. In terms of
all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really cool to see and to be a part of because we were all she had a staff person assigned to all 3 groups, socially distanced groups, everybody wearing a mask. We were all chilling, just talking to Michelle Wu and her staff about what we want to see for Boston. And I think she also did that.
Sorry.
Is that my phone? Yeah. Oh, no, that's your phone.
Oh, yeah.
She also did that around the city yesterday, which was dope, which is what I want her to do. And this is what I wanted to talk about with Michelle Wu. This is what we were talking about yesterday. Where we think Michelle Wu can win everybody's votes. Where we think she can do the best, especially to win. Everybody's doing this thing where they're talking about can Michelle Wu win like the black vote and what does she have to do? It's quite easy. And I'm not saying easy because getting voters is not easy.
It's simple, rather, not easy. It's simple in the sense that there's a clear path forward.
It involves what she's already been doing. So Michelle Wu has always been very like climate change, being environmentally friendly, environmentally conscious. It's been always her like platform as a city councilor, as a city councilor. So what she has to do is just involve how racism plays a part involve how like like Roxbury there are higher levels of asthma. In Dorchester, higher levels of asthma. We have shit quality, and they're trying to steal the trees.
They're trying to take the trees. Oh my gosh, why are they trying to take our trees? But no, seriously, like I think that she can really, like one of her strong points is that she can really make an impact on doing, racial justice in the actual way that helps people. Mm-hmm. Like people do lip service to racial justice instead of actually doing policies that support racial justice. Making sure that Boston has its own like proper Green New Deal supports racial justice, and if she makes that connection clear and actually makes it about that will get her that vote. And like it's the same thing with anything. All of her policies, whatever, no matter what it is, whether it's unemployment, gentrification, all of those are about racial justice. So you have to make sure that like that connection is there. Like, and there still could be other people coming into this race or whatever, and like I don't know, we don't have an endorsement yet, of course, but
we just be going to things. We nosy. I just want to see somebody still a show Wu got an event. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna see what happens. Same thing if I wouldn't go to a Marty Walsh event online.
I mean, we already know Marty Walsh. He's the incumbent.
Yeah, there's no need for me to go to an event. No need for Scamwell.
That's how we hear it in our head skim. Scamwell
talked about on his Twitter, and Scamwell beyond that, he be roasting people all day. That's all he does.
Yo.
He talked about like Marty probably having a young professionals event soon. It's gonna be facts because he loves doing that. But ain't nobody going into that.
And I hate how they do it too, because they always want to, like, when people start getting a lot of like campaign money, they always want to be having like really fancy events. No, don't do that. Like that's not how you connect to they don't want to connect to their constituency. But like if you want to, fancy events is not how you do it. Like obviously you're gonna have to do it sometime because you need to raise money. I get it, right? But like you need to make sure your shit is accessible. And that's what people are, that's another thing, to say is that like all these like city council meetings and stuff, they should continue to be online. And you should continue to be able to like even speak if you're on Zoom, like if you're doing your testimony from Zoom, like because these things were not accessible before, and that's why a bunch of shit that we don't want always happens. So, but that's stuff we talk about every week.
But in conclusion, Michelle Wu is running. There is a clear path to how she can win votes in communities of color. Homegirl, I think she speaks Spanish. I'm tweaking, but she might speak Spanish, which is dope. But she always releases everything. Like she released everything in like English, Spanish, and I believe, don't quote me, Mandarin. So that was dope because usually, and somebody pointed this out on Twitter, I don't remember who, is that everybody always does it like a month late or like a week late. And you can see she actually put an effort to make sure that when she released her statement, it would be going out to like the 3 major like languages that are spoken around the city. So that was really dope. I like Michelle Wu. She's cool. She's nice. I've seen her in the community. I know people always like to talk about they haven't seen people in the community.
Facts.
I've always seen Michelle Wu.
I've seen Michelle Wu everywhere. Remember we went to the thing for Rachel Rollins?
Oh, yes. That was good. Oh wow, we've seen her in a lot.
No, good. You gotta say I remember Nate said yesterday, he was like, yeah, I remember when I first saw Michelle Wu, she had the baby out there, and I was like, wow, she's real. I'm like, that ass, like Michelle Wu was walking around with a new infant
fresh baby. You know our black asses.
Just had a baby. That's what Nate said. He was like, bro, I don't know. Like, it's too soon. I don't know. Like,
it was the mass vote event we were all at behind Hibernian Hall. She popped out with the bigger baby. Roxville, yeah, the bigger baby and the baby.
The baby.
And the baby was like fresh. And me and Malaysia were like, what's that baby doing outside? What's she doing outside?
It was an at-large candidate for him. She was like, I was like, bro, that's new. The baby new is fresh. But you know, black people, we feel like the baby.
You have to be trapped inside the house. The baby, something bad's gonna happen, and like, the baby's fine. It's like it be interrupting all her, he be interrupting all her all her damn Zooms, being very cute, both of them. So the baby's fine, but you know, my black ass was like, go back inside. It's not healthy for you to be outside. There are germs.
Germs for a new baby. Okay.
Let's talk about Rachel Rollins. So she released an opinion article on the Globe this week, which I always have issues with people releasing opinion articles in the Globe because you can't read them unless you have a Globe subscription or you're able to bypass the paywall. You can't be reading these articles unless somebody takes screenshots, which is very.
That's guerrilla activism. Taking Globe screenshots. Sending people Globe get around is activism.
Facts. Because how am I supposed to read? How am I
supposed to know that the Globe does some of the best work? I understand you need to pay for it, but I'm saying like they charge you like 99 cents a week, bro.
They wanted me to pay like $20-something a week or something when I was ending my 6 months trial. I said a week, and then she was like, "I can do 16." I said, $16 American
a week? You're sick, nah, bro.
But anywho, so there was an article about like Harvard released a study about our criminal justice system, like Massachusetts specifically, about how basically it's shit and it's inequitable. And a big surprise, but the thing that always stands out to me about every criminal justice system is how so much stuff is still not online. Like in one section of it, it talked about how the trial court does not electronically track bail amounts or fines and other penalties, including probation, the most common sanction. So the most common thing that the trial court deals with, they don't track online.
Oh, wait a minute. We talk about what agencies track online because they don't track shit online, especially nothing that the public can access. Because you did do that for stuff like that. I went to look for mad stuff about first of all, they don't track juvenile cases like at all. Like they don't track it like at all.
They don't track anything. That's what this thing showed.
Yeah, no, like literally, I back in 2018, I was working on like a report about like the DA's offices, about their expenditures and about like the child court expenditures and stuff like that. And you know, I went on the comptroller's website and all those websites and stuff, and like in terms of like criminal justice, they don't track youth data. They don't track like clearly. They don't differentiate clearly between like certain crimes. There's a bunch of just like a lot of money they don't track.
They track nothing. This study basically showed that the police don't really track stuff. The DAs don't track stuff. The trial court doesn't track stuff. And then they talked about very famously the drug lab that was the lady was fucking it up and she was like addicted to drugs herself and other wild shit. How for those people that were supposed to be freed because their the evidence was basically fucked up. It was impossible to find the people, because there was no system to track it. And I said, how you not going to me in jail for something I possibly didn't do, and your evidence is gone, so I didn't do it. And you're waiting. People are like, it was like 2018. People are still like waiting to get out of jail for these things. That case been like 5 years old since then.
Bro, like it's craziness. It's really bad. Like it's really, really bad. And then so like I said, like this is like, you know, like the quote we all know, you can't break down the master's house with the master's tools. Like, I mean, like, if they're not forced to do this, why would they ever? Like, why would they if they don't have to?
Why? In my head, this was information that I thought should have always been there. And I know me and Malaysia would talk about when she had her job that they didn't have that information, but sometimes it's very easy to forget that they didn't. Like, in my head, there's no reason why you don't track bail amounts, why you don't track, why is this on paper in 2020?
I'm saying, I mean, like I said, I knew that stuff. It doesn't even, but you know, those types of things go out of your mind after a while. You don't like think about them actively. But like, yeah, I could have wrote this. I could have wrote this op-ed. I knew me that Harvard research. They didn't have to tell me because all I had to do was try to look for it. All you need to do is try to look for it, and you realize it's not there. Like that's for so many things, especially about like government things. If you actively try to look for something, you'll realize
you can't
find anything. Like I was talking to somebody and they were saying like, oh, they were like, you guys should do a show about like how to find information about candidates. I'm like, we can't. About in like local elections, I'm like, we can't because there isn't any quote unquote official way to find it. Like we could do something about each candidate in the race.
You have to legit go and like scour their websites.
I'm like, you gotta either go on their websites, which you know that's not a good metric because that's just what they're saying. Most of these people, they have candidate forms in person, not usually filmed or even streamed.
Like they're streamed, it's horrible.
It's horrible, hard to get to them, and like, or you have to go find like some nonprofit that's doing voter engagement and like read their like report card or campaign list or whatever. Like,
it's just like absurdly hard to find information. Ooh, I can link a I'd rather link this. I'm gonna link an article, guys, about the thing. Oh god, if I link it here, it's hard. It's so hard. Technology is so hard, guys. But I'll link it and everything after. But here's one of the articles talking about that Harvard study, new because it's new information. So now moving on to more horrible stuff. The TPS, which is a temporary
protected status
for mainly El Salvadoranians, a lot of Haitians, and a few other groups. Yeah. It was a judge recently ruled that Trump's administration could end those protections for like close to 30,000 people.
Because other judges have ruled that he can't do that.
It's been in court for like years.
And also, it's like super. Like obviously, the U.S. doesn't care about international law, but like you really. Like legally, you are not allowed to like not accept refugees. Like legally, you can't do this stuff.
Why am I sending them back? Like 300,000 of them, they're not doing anything.
Leave people alone, bro. Like you know what I saw recently that annoyed me. I've seen stuff like it before, but like somebody was talking about like you know how like there's in like in this town in Mexico they always do like or like. Every year on the 4th of July, Veterans Day, whatever day, they a bunch of like U.S. veterans that have been deported to Mexico like will come to the border and celebrate and wave their flags and stuff and shit like that. It's like, first of all, you're literally supposed to become a citizen if you serve if you serve the country. And the fact that it happens to so many people, they get deported after serving this country by the people who claim to care about veterans. They don't care about veterans if they're brown. They don't care about they don't care about veterans if they're poor, if they're white. They don't care. Like all the people sitting on the street, they're like, oh, you know, this is what socialism would be like. No, this is what right now is like. How you compare? It's happening, but how are you gonna say, oh, this is what it's gonna be like? It's happening right now. I can see it with my own eyes. Like
this is socialist. This is the liberal leftists. This is what they want. They want us all poor on the street.
Is that what they want? Because all these people are poor on the street right now, and they're not happy about it. They're like the ones being vocal that it's not good. Like, and it's making me really tired. Like, I mean, I just feel like at some point we have to like, when is enough enough? When, like, bro, like they're giving fucking history. I mean, why not jump into this because it's connected in a sense.
It is.
Like. There have been tons of hysterectomies going on at ICE detention centers.
And it was a black woman that was the whistleblower that was basically like, nah, I can't work here if you're doing this.
Like they were, and that shit is like, sorry.
Like there's such a big history on like black people
Eugenics in this
Puerto Ricans
country,
and others.
I
Natives.
mean, yeah, natives, black people, Puerto Ricans famously, like eugenics in this country is like, I mean, the Nazis got it from us, like, the fact that people are acting like it can't happen here, it's happening. It's happening. This is the genocide. It's happening. Doing hysterectomies on a group of people because they're this type of person, that's part of genocide. There are a lot of steps, there are a lot of ways to commit genocide. Like, it's not just mass extermination. That always comes at the end, usually. Pretty much always. But like, genocide is taking people's kids away. Genocide is making it so people are unable to have kids. Genocide is destroying cultures, not letting people speak their languages. Like, those are things. Genocide, slavery is genocide.
And let's not forget that they weren't trying to let in senators, congressmen, anybody into these ICE detention centers. Like, even now they still don't. Like,
I mean, like AOC, when they made fun of her for crying outside a detention center, and she wasn't really able to go in, and people asking her for help, she can't even do anything. Like, as a fucking U.S. congressperson, like, that shit is fucked up. And it's like, people are like, oh, if Donald Trump gets elected again, da 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 da, some. If he's a fascist, he's already in power. We're not at the point where this is not the election where Hitler got elected. He's already in power. He's already in power. Like, fascists don't care about elections. If this man is a fascist, and everybody's like, well, I mean, we'll vote for Joe Biden. Like, no, that's not enough. Yes, vote for Joe Biden, but it's not enough. It's not, and it's not going to be enough even if Joe Biden does win. First of all, homie still got a whole 2 months of being president.
Good luck with that.
Even if Joe Biden does win, even if Trump does step down, y'all think his people are going to step down? Y'all think all those white right-wing extremists and QAnon and the Boogaloo Boys and the Proud Boys, all those people, y'all think they're just going to
disappear?
Just going to go away? They're not going to do any more terrorism? They're not going to, like,
I don't know where people have this idea that Trump will just fade away nicely. The idea that he'll fade away nicely is only if somehow he's subdued.
I'm like, the people be like, oh, if he gets elected, there won't be any rule of law anymore. There's already not rule of law. He's broken so many laws and traditions and statutes and all of that. He's broken them repeatedly, and nobody does shit. Nobody does shit about it. Nobody. No, the Democrats don't do shit about it. The Republicans definitely don't do shit about it. In fact, they enable it.
Wow, look at the homies on.
Oh, Santiago.
What's up, mi gente? What up? What's going on?
Didn't upload?
It uploaded on my thing.
Damn it. I didn't upload here. Anywho, oh goddamn, the headphones. 1 second, Santiago. Me and Malaysia weren't thinking straight.
I got you.
Hold this. Did I bring my bag up?
Yeah.
I did?
It's right here.
Oh, good. Headphones. Pull them out.
Right there. You brought the splitter?
You had the splitter, remember? It came with the thing.
Where is the thing?
The mics?
Yeah.
Hey, Carrie, what's up? Insert name
And
here.
of course, guys, we were semi-prepared, and then I forgot Santiago was joining, so I didn't pull out all the stuff.
You know, I was struggling to get on, too. I couldn't get on through the phone, so I had to use the laptop.
Oh, there it is. I need this.
This lighter sucks. I think we need
This splitter better work. All right, I'm going to send the audio through the microphone.
Technical difficulties. 1 second.
All right, give us 1 second. Sorry.
Dang, Eric's going to have to edit this.
Yeah, of course. You know, we're Eric's bane of existence at this point.
Love you, Eric.
Thanks for editing it. I appreciate you.
No, you put in the.
In there? Oh. Sorry.
Whoa. 10-4-7-5. Oh, this is
Sorry for the bangos.
This is better.
Oh God.
Come on, Alejandro.
It's very loose.
This looks better. All right.
We're here. Baby, welcome to the party.
We are here.
Yo, Santiago, what's good?
Yo, what's up?
You hear him?
Oh, we cannot hear him.
Can you hear me? 1-10-4? No. Oh no. Let me see. Can I fix this mic thing too?
Yeah.
Wow, ugly.
Santiago?
Yes, 10-4.
I gotta think the splitter is what doesn't work.
But we didn't use the splitter. Oh, we used it. Try it. 1 second. Let's just try your headphones.
Yep, I can hear him.
You can hear me?
Yep.
Well,
It's the splitter that doesn't work. Well, just use the thing, I guess, because I couldn't hear us the last time.
yeah. I don't think I'll make too much of a disruption.
Okay, we gotta plug it in.
Oh, yeah.
What's up?
We're
man?
sorry. We're still having like technical issues.
It's
in
cool,
terms of
I
this
mean-
microphone situation. I don't know.
I'm gonna come back. Should I come back?
I think it's the splitter.
Is it
That's
still?
the problem.
Oh no.
I think the splitter is
Yep,
the problem.
buy a new
to be
splitter.
honest.
All
But,
right.
okay, let me switch. Let me switch.
Headphones.
Yeah.
Santiago.
Yes.
All right. Cool. We in game. What's up?
What's going on with you? My bad. I'm trying to take off these emails, man. You forget these emails during the day.
But, same. I had like thousands of emails to get rid of.
Woo! That is a bad when you lose those. All right, what's up? What's going on, Woozy? I heard you was going in. What's going on?
Oh, 'cause
Fascist.
we're talking about that Trump is an actual if like Trump is a fascist and voting is not enough. Like he's already doing the things that fascists do. Like we were talking about the hysterectomies at the ICE detention centers and like the TPS.
Yep.
So that's what it's like.
All that. How he trying to end the world before he.
He
Oh,
said,
no.
"I'm stepping out of here and I'm gonna blow it up when I leave."
step out of here.
It's like when black people quit a job. They're like, you know what? You know what? I'm a fuck this whole shit. I'm gonna fuck this whole shit up.
Y'all,
Like, like.
That's what's happening. So, with that, Santiago, the trees, they
The
still ain't
trees.
safe.
The
save
trees.
the trees. No, seriously, that was really good. That's a good.
No,
that's
no,
a
no,
good
no,
thing.
they're not safe. They're not safe though. We got
What?
wrong information. The trees are still in danger.
They're safe for now. They
For now.
paused the project. They had a meeting yesterday. Michelle Wu led it, and I think Julia Mejia co-sponsored it. But there's no plan for what's actually going to happen to the trees. Did you know this? Because I didn't know. I thought it was they just were stopping the plan. No, they paused it so that people.
Yeah, so from what I read, that's what it is. There's a pause, and then they want a community process, and I'm guessing that with the community
They
process,
don't want no community process.
no.
they-
But if it does go through, I don't know if a lot of probably people on here don't on the hit, but they wanted to take over. It was like they wanted to tear down over 100, 200 trees, right? On Monia Cast,
It's a bike lane.
and yeah, for a bike lane.
First
right?
of all,
Why y'all riding
they
a bike
always-
on Malia Cat?
bro, they always put in bike lanes on places they don't need to be a bike lane. Like I said, Blue Hill Ave, die. Why you want to ride a bike on Blue Hill Ave? You want to end your life? It's okay. Like that's not
So-
the way.
That's the thing. So they wanted to take them down, and thing is, Roxbury has like one of the highest asthma rates in Boston. So the trees are crucial. I have asthma, so I completely feel that. And on top of that, I had just seen that Michelle Wu said that for the new trees to fully grow and mature to to the ones that we have today, it would take like a lifetime. Her children
Yeah.
grow old, like
Grow.
so. That's
And
pretty
Lord,
deep.
don't give
I think that's important because we need to protect the trees. The frustration now is, it's like, how do y'all get together, state reps, city councilors? How do you get together in the same area that's flooded with needles, shit, because people are pooping everywhere, and you don't even address that issue? But you like, I get it. It's a green issue. Maybe it's a hot topic, and maybe the opioids thing is not so. It's not so hot. But exactly, Carrie. So we have asthma, so we know it's serious. But yeah, that was the frustration. It's like, dude, y'all can come together for this, cool, which is great. But it's like, why is it that you guys ignore the fact that we have needles everywhere? That we have, like, dude, if you walk anywhere through those streets of South End, they're becoming a dump. Like they're going, like all the trash is open. There's food everywhere.
You know why?
People saying that there's even more rats now because they're just everywhere. There's a lady that I met. She's wiping blood off her stairs every morning because every morning there's people shooting up there. Like,
Oh, that's
Like-
terrible.
and this is happening to us. It's not happening out there. It's happening here in Roxbury, South End. So it's like, how do you neglect that? Like, why ignore that? if you don't have a solution, at least come out and say, you know what, I see the problem and we want to come up with a solution. But these folks come up, they give you some random progress report that says, they're doing this much and this thing, and we've increased this team to these many people. But then you walk down the street and there's like 15 needles. There's somebody shooting up on their neck on this side.
I'm like, it doesn't matter how much you increase the team.
No,
the problem remains the same. In fact, I'm saying, like,
yeah.
The other thing is that I think that
there's more team members, but there's more of the addicts there. So.
My thing is that
they can't catch up.
We didn't need this many team members before the opioid crisis. Like, it wasn't a crisis; it's a crisis. But anyway, my thing is, I think about like why people come out so quick for like trees is because that's one of those easy things. That's one of those layups. Like, it's real easy for a politician to say, "Of course, I don't want to cut down the tree. I love the tree." Not
that. I feel that because trees are important. But
but Kim Janey was there. All of them was there for that photo op. They was always for that quick little "I saved the trees" photo.
But because it's easy, and also white people care a lot about the environment too. That's the other thing.
But also, white people are also caring about the needles too. It's not just brown folks. Like, if you see the article from about 2 weeks ago, there's a lot of folks in South End that said they're ready to sell their house because they're tired of living in the situations that they're going through, and they're not seeing the response that the city could have. Because if you're honest, if you think about Mass Ave, if you see there's a bunch of little organizations and services around the area. If they were to collaborate together, you would see less people out there. You would see, like right now, they closed the Comfort site, which is a spot. It's a spot where they can shoot up. They can go. They can. Yep, they can do whatever they can in there. People pull up in cars. They do transactions and just keep it moving. Cool. So all that goes down. They close the Comfort site, and then they don't give these folks another place to stay. So now, they're roaming around further into the city because they can't hang out on they put cops out there, right? Which is like, if this is a public health crisis and people are, we're treating this addiction as a health issue, why are you using cops? Why are you just putting police out there? You should be having police. If you're going to use police, put police and health workers out there. So make a combination of both. So you can be like, hey, you got to step out, or we can and have health vans out there. If this city really wanted to make a difference in that issue, they would come together and say, yo, let's flood that area with health vans, health services from other areas, other towns, and let's just keep pumping these people out. Let's just take them to different places until we can reduce the numbers and we can be somewhere where, we're able to control it. Because right now, dude, that's nasty. Like, even all those pizza shops around there, you go there, it just smells like straight shit. There's needles everywhere. Nobody wants to live like that, bro. It's kind of crazy how they just ignore it, and then when they speak about it, if you look up articles, they always tell you, we don't have a solution. We don't know exactly what to do, but it's a tough issue. But it's like, okay, you've said that for a while now. Like, it's time for you to come up with something.
They're just like, oh, we don't know.
First year, you're like, we're lost. This is brand new. But it's like year 5, and you're still like, oh,
I'm saying, you could pay me. I have some idea. This is like what I said when Marty got the military contract is. If you paid me, I have some ideas, and they'll actually get done. How about that? But no, anyway, Hood Consulting. But what was I gonna say? About the
we saw a needle yesterday in the park.
Facts. I'm gonna show Woo State. There was a needle. We're in the park, and I was
what
waiting.
Park is that?
Where?
Well, yeah, where?
Bostonian accent. No, there was a needle. We sat down, and there was a needle like a little right there. It was covered, thankfully. But it was right there.
That's not good though. What park was that at?
Damn, is the one across from the Target in Fields Corner?
It's not a park.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And think about that. Like you said, it's tucked in. Imagine the kid playing like.
Imagine us. All hunters in flip flops.
Yeah.
I was in chocolate. What if I had stepped on a needle? I would have.
Yep.
No, but like
I would have had a stroke.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like this. It's like a similar thing to like when they start putting like the dividers on benches and stuff. Like you can't just take away people's only form of shelter and not giving them anything. Like I understand. I understand we don't want people to do drugs. I don't want people to do drugs. Like I get it, but like they're people still. Like people need to be able to live. Like, they shouldn't be cold out on the street. Like, that's a
Yeah.
thing. Like,
It's not cool, and it's like if you care so much about this population, why do you close some site that they use so much, and you say it means so much to you guys? Where's the plan B? Like, why didn't you have a backup? Like, now they're roaming throughout the day too.
That's what I'm saying.
everywhere. Like, it's like, and I like, bro, like this is really affecting the entire city and the entire city. Like, I'm like, bro, when
A kid got pricked at Orchard Gardens.
when
And
Marty
that's
sees some
crazy.
folks outside his house, maybe he'll give a fuck. Maybe. Like,
You know,
is that what it's gonna take? Like,
I
bro,
don't know, and it shouldn't. It shouldn't because it's like it's such a big issue, and there's so many things you can do. It's all about coming together and looking at ideas. One thing I shared an article on online, right, on Facebook, that if you go online, if you go on Google and you see other states are going through the same thing too.
right.
Mhm.
But
You shared some articles today.
yeah, so a lot of the other states are going through things, and they're going through similar situations. And if we look at what they're doing, there's certain things that they're doing that is not working. There's certain things they're doing that are working. For example, they had a meeting last week, and one of the city councils was like, "Oh, maybe we should we're looking into adding more toilets, public toilets en masse, in that area."
Mhm.
And it's like, okay, first off, we had the needles issue, and then you guys wanted to flood it with kiosks. Now it's like you have a feces and a bunch of other issues, and now you just want to flood it with a bunch of toilets. Like,
Do you want people to live on the street, or do you want to give them somewhere to stay? Like, why are they trying to make the street a place to live?
They
yeah,
said
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
we'll give you a place to put the needles that you'll remember to throw away after you're done being high. That's the one. Like, remember when they put that kiosk right
Who does that? Who's like, let me go.
there? Let me go drop
Let me
off
go
my
put
needles.
this away. That's not cool, bro. That right there is like just wild.
It's just every week it's almost like extreme. Like, I'm glad that you brought up that connection because they were just right posing by the trees saying, we need to save the trees. And
Yeah.
Mia Cass is right there to like.
Literally, no, right in the area where they were at, there was probably a needle or two behind them, and they just didn't even notice.
Facts. Like,
Probably like, or what a lot of times what they do is, anytime they're coming out there, they clean up the area really good. Like, and I've seen these in comments. A lot of people write it, and it's true. If they know that they're gonna do a walkthrough or the news is coming out or something, they'll go out there and clean the whole place up. They'll put extra. I even seen Boston EMS today out there in the corner of Mass Ave. Just
yeah,
hanging.
they know you're there. They know you're there, so they're gonna pop out.
Yeah, but we definitely need to come together, man. Make more noise for all those little community issues and all the stuff that we struggle with. Because election is coming up. Local elections are coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like it's going to be very interesting because a lot of people are just, a lot of folks are running for office. It just gets complicated.
I just
That's it. So, yeah. And Carrie, I feel you. It's true. A lot of I know a couple of people out there that they've had to buy a bunch of cameras and a bunch of stuff too. So I don't know what that was about, but yeah.
We're being shady.
But yes.
No,
Yeah.
but it's just wild because, like, election year. Also, me and Malaysia said this the other day. Press on Ed Markey. We just reelected him. Let's go press on him.
We have to press. This is my thing. This is the thing for pressing Ed Markey, right? This is how we're gonna do it, right? But listen.
Okay. This
So
is
we go to Ed Markey, like, yo, Ed Markey,
Go ahead.
New Deal, you did it all up in the Senate, bro. That's your shit, bro. Whatever, right? Then we like, bet, here in your own state, your home state, your own, a little district that you represent. They trying to, we need our personal Green New Deal because they trying to take our trees. So we be like, we gonna be coughing, choking, can't breathe right, whatnot. And Ed Markey, you don't want that. Ed Markey, you know how they were saying you wasn't getting black people or whatever. You want to know how you can get black people? You can save the trees on no nigga cash. Markey for the trees, bro. Markey for the trees.
You see, what could happen now, though? About a week from now, somebody's gonna pop up with Ed Markey talking about save the trees.
I'm about to tweet it right now. I'm gonna beat them to it. Let me tweet it for the consultant.
I know. They're gonna steal our idea because they'll also be watching the show. Y'all think we don't know We know y'all.
Yeah, man. Which is kind of creepy because it's like, if you take time to watch us, why not maybe put in a little work, you know?
Sips my tea like sips my Pringles.
That's why.
Oh, sip my little sip.
Oh, what's that?
What's in your cup?
Ooh, what you drinking?
Iced
Every time it starts getting past like 8:30, we start getting crazy over here.
What you drinking?
But yeah. So Marky, come save the trees.
Please.
Oh, and now we can talk about BC and COVID. So
They have an outbreak.
a bad COVID
Get
outbreak.
me hit. Who had an outbreak? Oh boy, I heard there was a crazy spike coming.
Boston College had a bad COVID outbreak because they brought the fucking students back.
And they weren't offering tests like they said they were going to. I think the last update was at the state. Like the governor had to like have some people that's gonna oversee this because BC can't oversee it anymore.
Oh, they can't oversee it, so they should be closed.
That is
What
wild,
the
bro.
fuck? Why did we send college students back anyway? Y'all like
Would
this,
you get the vaccine if it came out? Let's say a vaccine came out tomorrow. Would you get it?
not tomorrow, probably in like 3 months.
Not the first run.
Facts, maybe like 3-4 months down the line.
Maybe
That's your cut. That's your cut. 3-4 months. Then you're like, I'm good.
I mean, if people don't start dying from it, that's how you gotta give it.
What if you take it in 3-4 months after, and then
I would say
a year later, people start like with a bad, everlasting flu.
everlasting. We're all gonna die if we have an everlasting flu.
That'll be bad, man.
I would be, yeah, I wouldn't be the first round because you know they like to test on black people, so
Yeah,
like
I saw that. Something was like, oh, we're gonna test the first round on communities of color and poor communities. Like, no, it's okay.
they love it.
Go to suburbs. So, let's go to Wilmington first. Let's go to Newton.
But yeah, everybody should no colleges should open up. Like it makes no sense.
It was stupid. Also, BC allegedly didn't even. All the colleges were supposed to prepare like a plan to send the city about like what would they do in case of an outbreak, what they're gonna do to prevent things, blah 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 and blah. And I guess they just didn't have a. Oh, awful. Sorry, that was very close. I thought I was gonna do something good. So BC didn't send anything, and so BC now out here with the wild outbreak.
BC ass out.
Yeah, ass out.
Yo, no, my thing is BC like really just literally did not send the thing they were supposed to send it.
They say that's why we should have national guidelines, and we don't have national guidelines, and that's why everyone is like just scrambling everywhere.
It's nuts because college is too expensive in a normal year. The COVID year, bro, paying all this money to go to college, like hell no.
Are they doing some type of reimbursement though? If you're in college and right now, like, and you're not in the dorms, like, are you getting any type of reimbursement? Are you aware of that?
No, they're like charging you full price.
That's crazy, dude.
Marky for the trees.
Please, Marky.
Marky, we need you. Remember, we were probably the ones that all those weird Kennedy people were talking about, saying your supporters were mean. It was the Marky first.
Yo, off this topic, but onto a topic that I know affects Santiago a lot. There was a study done with parents. I don't know how that joint forces with the other thing. But there was a survey done on student/parent preferences for the hybrid or remote learning remote learning models, and whatchamacallit. So it showed that pretty much it was by neighborhood and like by race and like economic status that people were picking like hybrid or remote. So mainly people like, it depended also on the neighborhood, but a lot of neighborhoods that were poor were choosing that like a remote style because, it's very dangerous for our communities to get sick. While like places like Westy and the North End were all for like a hybrid where you go back to school more.
That's interesting. I thought it was going to be the other way around when you started.
Yeah. It's like, it depends on the neighborhood. Some neighborhoods were kind of mixed.
Yeah, I only thought
you got a little mix of reviews.
I only thought that because I think like the overwhelming, like, you know how like when small voices get like amplified. I think like there's a loud minority of of like people that are like, oh, all kids should go back to school because like da 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 da, or like they would try to say like working parents wanted their kids to go back to school, and I don't think that's true necessarily.
And this study
at
showed
all.
that. It showed pretty much that if you were like economically disadvantaged, 55% of this, like it was like 3,000 parents or something like that, wanted to
Which
do the
is
remote
quite a few.
option.
That's a lot of parents.
And then 45 that weren't like, that don't have any economic like, or like still, if they're economically disadvantaged, 45% of the people were like, let's do a hybrid, and 55 were like, let's just do remote. And then if you weren't economically disadvantaged, so you got money, you ballin', not ballin', but you're making money, 59% of those people were like hybrid. 59% of those people were like, I'll send my kid to school.
Which is nuts to me because your
I
kids.
know, it is weird.
Like, bro, if we really did properly, like, you know how they were like doing actually like 25% or however many, whatever portion of the school like capacity, like there would be huge COVID outbreaks. Like,
Yeah, especially the conditions of our schools right now. We have like I can't imagine kids right now going to BPS buildings because I was just telling a parent the other day, like my neighbor, like there's bathrooms that have no mirrors, you know?
nothing, bro.
There's no toilet paper.
Mm.
They don't have any soap.
They
Like
don't clean the shit.
no, it's like
Doors
so
don't
imagine
open. Like this, like these buildings are
classes
not
are
equipped.
ugly, there's no air, the windows don't there's classes the windows don't open because they're so old. It's like you imagine that, you know what I mean? You imagine going through that.
Some of them weren't even made to open.
Yeah, they only made to open like,
Some of them made to open inward, and you can't even get air, bro. Listen, BLA, all the BLA windows open like this. They open like this much. If the windows like this,
That's
they
a
were like this.
crime, bro. That's a crime. You should be able to breathe, man.
Like and then if you got a school, a lot of schools have basements. Like if you're at the O'Brien, like matter that school is like in the basement, so there's no windows. Like
Yeah,
there's so many. Our school buildings are not really equipped for anything. They weren't even equipped when we didn't have a pandemic
they're
because
not
it's
equipped for
lead.
heat.
They're not equipped for heat for anything.
Yo, remember the lead thing, Santiago? You were on that a few years ago.
Yeah,
They
Yeah.
let lead in the school. They
yeah.
ain't fixed nothing. They ain't changed nothing. They just let it fade away.
nope. They added water bubblers, and it was like
And they
still
didn't fix it. Yeah, right. Added water bubbles didn't fix the pipes.
they didn't fix it. They said it was too expensive to fix the pipes, and it's like, dude, damn, it's too expensive to give people clean water. Like when you like you're telling
It's too
signs all over,
When
which
it's
is sounds
lead,
stupid.
bro. And hey, guess what? Y'all want to talk about violence in the city? Guess what lead does to you? Guess what
Makes you
eating
violent.
lead every day from
It
the
makes
time
you.
you're in kindergarten to the time you're in 12th grade? Guess what that would do to you?
What does
Huh?
it do? Tell them.
It makes you violent.
It like asthma, violence, mainly
That's crazy.
behavioral issues are like the main effect of lead poisoning.
Lead, like
You know,
literally.
that's what I said when I first heard about it. I'm like, wow, you imagine a kid that's doing good in school and all of a sudden 3-4 months down the line starts acting up, trouble. The first place the school goes to is to the house because they say it's problems at the house. They go for the parents. What if he's been drinking water for those 3-4 months and those are just reactions that he's having? You know what I mean? Things like that happen because now all kids can read. I used to see those signs in the schools and I'm like, what about the little kids that can't read that just go like this real quick at the faucet?
Even in BLA, back when they used to, even before everybody knew about the lead, like teachers and older students would actively tell like the 7th graders and stuff, don't drink the water. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, we would stop people if we saw them at a
Yeah.
water fountain. Like, what? Like, don't drink
You
that.
can taste
That's
that
when
water.
they
That's
said they were
not cool.
safe. That's when they had the stickers about being safe and shit too, and they were not. We knew they weren't.
That's wild, man.
They're the only people who make you drink the water, freaking gym teachers, and they should go to the devil for that because they knew that water wasn't good.
What was I gonna say about this? With the lead, we underestimate how poisonous lead is because studies say you need like this
Yeah.
great amount of lead to get sick.
Yeah,
But
it's true.
we don't know what a little amount of lead does to a little kid. They're
A
like,
little kid, and
like
I'm like,
their immune systems are different. Like you don't know what, like if a small vaccine can fuck up a kid according to some people, some little amount of lead's not gonna fuck
Fact,
them
they
up.
be like, oh, the mercury in the vaccine's gonna mess them up. Tiny, infinitesimal amount of mercury.
How
But
about the
lead,
lead?
if you like, bro, because the food that you're cooking is cooked with lead water. Like,
They splash themselves in the face after gym, lead water. They're washing their hands. Like, your hands aren't, like, water goes in your skin. I'm sorry to tell
and this, and like I said, if people were in
Yeah, it's not just exactly. It's not just in your drinking. That's true.
and if people, yeah, like I'm saying, if people were in Boston public schools from kindergarten to 12th grade, that's a lot of lead to consume. Like, it would add up if you're eating school lunch every day. If you're that adds up.
Every day, a little bit. Yeah, think about it. Especially, some kids don't bring water bottles. Like,
Your body
that's just their thing.
also kind of just like stays there.
Yes. It's just the way they think about stuff is so twisted, and how they kind of want you to just forget about issues because we have so many
To worry about, right?
Like yesterday at the Michelle Wu event, afterwards, me and Malaysia were talking about it. I was like, it's so hard for us because we can never just focus on one thing.
Yeah.
Like, we can't just be like, needles in Boston, let's fix it right now. Like,
Mhm.
I would say, like, in white communities, they often do this where one thing is wrong, or like there are a bunch of things wrong, but one thing, they'll all come together as a community and be like, okay, we're going to fix this. We can't do that.
Because there's too many things and we're all being affected by too many pressures at one time. Like,
Yeah.
we, there really needs to be, yeah. Like, I think
I feel like that's a good challenge. I'm sorry. What was you gonna say?
I just said I think we're in a period of metamorphosis. I'm hoping because I feel very unbalanced, and I hope these next couple of months
Bring some balance.
bring some balance.
I think so, and I think it's that mayoral race in Boston is gonna be exciting because there's a lot of more people to come, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of like you said, there's a lot of challenges in the city. So let's see who is gonna take on those challenges and be vocal.
You better hope Uncle Joe promotes Marty to fucking
Facts.
the labor.
Regardless, I think it's gonna be a good challenge because Boston. I don't know. I feel like Boston has a few things have happened in the last 2-3 years to make people want to like hold up. So
I think after Tito lost that time, people were like, oh shit, we fucked up.
Yo,
I think immediately after Tito like lost so badly, everybody was like, "Oh, we didn't do what we were supposed to do."
yeah,
Like, we as a community, we as
Tito
like,
was cool. Tito was pretty cool. I just think maybe this time around we need probably somebody a little more aggressive that can relate.
he didn't show up where he should have been showing up. He used to show up before he was running for mayor. He was showing up, but when he started running for mayor, he didn't show up where he was supposed to show up. To be honest, and I was an organizer then, so I was really running around to all those
Yeah.
places. Or
remember
we forget that we see
we
that.
were going to go into his office and volunteer, and
Yeah.
it was full of white kids, so
It
we
was-
said no.
So we left. Yeah,
Sorry.
he had a bunch of white little interns and shit.
I said, oh, this is not the people.
I said everybody in here is white. Wow.
not even one black. No, thank
In
you.
Roxbury, wow.
But yeah, this is a unique time, like you keep saying, Santiago. Like, this is a time, and I think this is where Michelle Wu can do good because she gets under his skin. I never seen a woman bother a man so much. Like,
Yeah.
anything she says, like social media. Remember when Marty Walsh went on that whole rant about how I don't go on social media?
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
fingers. Like,
Instead, I just
whatever.
released
So she has that little grip because I think it's because of the whole clout. Like people hear Michelle Wu, they're like, oh, we want you to run for mayor. A lot of people are like, we want you to run for mayor. So when you have that vibe, and she's been playing it so cool for so long, she's been so smooth with it. She doesn't talk about it, like and to be completely, real, she has shown up to a couple of places. Like for example, when we were at Orchard Gardens, she was one of the very few city councilors that showed up.
And she does show up. Like, that's one thing I will say
And
about
she's a
Michelle.
green. She's a she's green. She's green. I don't even want to use the big progressive word, but she's pretty good and she's interesting for now. So that's a candidate
That's why we
to.
haven't endorsed her.
Okay.
But
It's up for now.
Yeah.
It's the
You don't know what she can pop up with. She can pop up with something that throws us off.
or somebody else
Something that wraps us up.
Look, Andrew Campbell could come out tomorrow and have like a wild plan, and I'd be like, damn, maybe, but I don't think so.
I probably not. I probably not, just because when those regular Democrats get to making their little plans, they don't be.
That's another thing I heard. I heard I saw Andrea Campbell was doing a walkthrough to by Mountaineer Cast as well this week, I believe, and it's like, wow, it's amazing how folks just get together for like certain reasons, but it's like
It's amazing when an election does, huh?
it's amazing. It's amazing. That's why I tell you, this is a good time to take advantage. Any issues you have right now that you want spiced up, bring them up now because it's mayoral. You know, it's coming. That season is coming. That season is coming.
Now is the time to at the mayor about an issue. To at
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
I have an answer for everything, you know, and it's pretty cool. I think it's cool. I like to see it. Again, there's nothing against the mayor, man. It's just we wish he could do more, you know. And then
Nah, there's nothing against that ugly white man. He doesn't. And he doesn't do nothing.
I have a lot of things against Marty Walsh, especially how every time he came to talk to youth, he would tell the same story
Hi, my name's Marty. I'm an alcoholic.
about being the child of Irish immigrants and being an alcoholic. Nobody cares, my guy. It's
we
been
hope somebody be next time. Like, you gotta switch the
second
script
term
up.
of your moral shit.
I
bro.
know you were an alcoholic.
You already
I don't
done
care.
told this story too many times.
No, you know what? All jokes aside, that's something. That's why I'm like, wow, like, bro, when I first heard about him, that's something that attracted me. I'm like, wow, he struggled with addiction and now he's running for office. That's pretty cool. That's dope.
It worked in
It's like-
2013. It's 2013.
Yeah,
It was
and
fresh.
then now it's like, my guy, what happened? Because there's a bunch of people out there that could, you should be able to relate to, and you should say, damn.
I should be your best friend. Like,
But your best answer is, it's a tough issue, and COVID made things worse. It's cool. COVID made things worse, but COVID wasn't here in 2013, in 2014, in 2015.
it wasn't here
Exactly.
in March, like early
Okay.
March.
So
It wasn't here.
don't tell us that whole mess.
COVID was not here.
It's bad, man. It's bad. It's bad. But it's fun. This is cool. We're gonna be good. I think our elected officials are gonna listen and they're gonna put
Well,
us.
election year, they got to.
We're gonna pray. We're gonna pray, and
I'm not praying. I'm just going at them on Twitter. I'm gonna at them on Facebook. Keep doing shit, Red.
I'm gonna
Find out.
call them
tag
out.
them, share it, tag it.
Like we shouldn't. I shouldn't have to press you 5,000 times. There shouldn't have to be a weekly event on freaking Melnia Cast and fucking Washington and Harrison and shit for elected officials to do something. I shouldn't need. No, I haven't gone out there, but
Like, it
you
should bother you as an elected official. Like if you let's say we're elected officials, right? And you get tagged once or twice on something, like in a month, it's like 3 times. Damn, am I not gonna hit you? I'll be like, yo, Alejandro, what's going on with this?
Good,
Can we
like-
do something with this? They keep like, what's going on with that? It is bad too. Can we figure something out? And if we can't figure something out, we'll come out and be like, who's making these posts and who's doing this? Let's reach out and figure out what can we do. How can we help them? What can we get rolling? Because there's always room for common ground. But these folks just want to play this whole, like, I'm an elected official. Please do not tag me. I cannot be tagged to these posts. Like, no, come on, man. Like, don't.
I'm like, they're like, please don't. Like, bro, no.
No, like it's social media.
Doing shit. You're supposed to be tagged. You're supposed to be tagging yourself in, to be honest.
don't have a Facebook and don't have a Twitter if you don't want to hear me.
No, because that's just the reality. You have if you're slacking, cool. You get tagged. Like, yo, hit anybody. First off, ain't nobody tagging you talking crazy stuff. Folks are tagging you like, hey, there's a bunch of needles right there, and there's a bunch over here, and there's a bunch this way, and there's people having sex behind here, and there was a lady down here with no pants. Like, come on, man. Like, it's crazy out there, bro. No lie. That whole area, I drove down there like an hour and a half ago. Let me tell you, bro. I seen somebody with no pants. I saw somebody with a needle in their neck. I saw some other lady with like 5 bags in the middle of the sidewalk, just like a bunch of bags. She had all her stuff out, just spread I was like, yo, which makes you feel bad. You'd be like, damn, I wish you could give them like a bag, something like. But it's like it's just so much going on. You get overwhelmed. You can't. You're like, this dude's. Yo, I saw the other day a dude banging his head on the concrete, bro.
Wow.
On the pole, like I'm like, yo, it's just too much. It's a lot. That's what I tell you, and that's like you say. How is it that you live in the city of Boston, all this is going on, and you act like you don't see this, or that like there's no sense of urgency? Oh yeah, there's a bunch of people down there. Like, bro, They're stealing, they're pooping everywhere. If you go on Mass Ave, I was on Mass Ave like 2 weeks ago. I told you the lady tried to poke her hand inside the guy's car to dig for his change. Like, that's crazy, dude. I hope no lady tries that with me or no guy try that with me if I'm at that light. Y'all see somebody drag down Mass Ave with them street lights.
Bro, I cannot.
See somebody with the little holes in their hand for my.
Oh my goodness.
Well, put your hand in my car, don't do it.
Yo.
But it's just like wild that this is what we deal with. Like we've been talking about it for years now.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And then we're also dealing with the trees. So down the street,
Them
there's
trees,
people doing heroin and meth. And up the street, they're trying to just tear down all the trees.
And I was tight with when I heard about the trees, I was like, hold on, man. We got all this dope out here. You trying to take the trees too? Like,
Yo, it's the way, I think it's the way we talk about. Why do we say the trees like this? I don't know.
Because it's the trees. It's a bunch of trees.
But it really is moving me. I'm like, damn, we really do need to save the trees.
Yeah, man. That's what I said. Y'all want to tell me the trees?
Cracks me up.
Because goddamn the trees. No, it's for real. Like, I don't know. At some point, you just get sick of it. And this is why
I was tired. I was like, how can y'all, like, hold on, like, the trees too? Yeah, we gotta fight. We gotta fight for the trees. We gotta fight, like, to be able to walk, chill. Like, this is crazy, man.
No, that's for. I might need that on a shirt. We gotta fight for the trees.
Fight for the trees too. We gotta fight for the trees too. Goddamn.
And then, like, over 200 trees, a bunch of trees too. It's like, you.
Where do
You
you
was like, well, wipe them all out. Just wipe them all out.
People sleep.
The more we say trees, the less it sounds like a word.
Yeah. Those trees are like a shelter for a lot of those people. They don't pay attention to that either.
Well, because they don't want those
They don't
people
want
to have
them there.
shelter. Clearly,
Yeah,
like
it's true.
they are
That's
anti those people having shelter. Obviously, by the way they behave, because like I'm like the money we spend on like cleaning up the streets could probably go to getting people out. I know these people are not from our neighborhoods. It's
Yeah,
not.
we just need to decentralize the services, man, and push the services out of Boston. And we
This
can
is
take
our business. This is your family.
Like the fact, like at this point, we do need Ed Markey. We need Elizabeth Warren to make like some type and work with our state senators, our state reps.
The governor, because he's ignoring it. This is the capital city.
Like we need an active plan. Like
Yeah.
I love ragging on Marty because it's also Marty's problem, but
It's not just him. It's really not.
it's all these.
It's not. It needs to be a collab. That's why I said, like, it's crazy how, if we can get Sonia Chang Diaz out and Nia Cash to save the trees, God bless the trees. Let's please get, let's make the same effort to try to clean up Mount Nia Cash, because it's not just about meeting up. It's about coming together and saying, okay, let's look at other towns, nearby towns with services. Let's make a massive outreach. Let's bring these people out here. Let's not tell them ourselves. Let's get the governor to come out and say, hey, we need to push more services right now to take some folks out of, that Boston area and take them to a few other places and try to wipe that, clean the area up. Instead, it's like one group is doing something over here, another group is doing something over here. It's like, and it at the end of the day, it's gonna get worse. So they have to respond to something, but
it's gonna keep getting worse. Like I think they think like maybe if we just ignore it, nobody else will pay attention. It's gonna keep getting worse.
Like the lead, it don't go away just because you don't want it. Like
Yeah.
say, I'm closed. My eyes are closed. It's gone.
it's like common sense stuff, like regular. Like when I saw them, when they started flooding that area with police, it's like, bro, do you not understand? We're upset that they're already in this area here. And then you bring the police to push them further into the city so now they can go further, explore more into the city. Now they're putting tents up by Dudley. Like,
Dudley, okay, Dudley is a place for crackheads, guys. We can't be mixing.
listen, we're
It's
Crackheads go meeting each other. It's a big party. They're meeting each other.
Like no, because then that makes Dudley worse for me because I don't because heroin addicts and crackheads are very different, and I don't know how to deal with heroin addicts. I don't know how to like crackheads. Me and crackheads have a connection. You just gotta look at them really hard, and they'll usually leave you alone. You just be like, and then they leave you alone. But heroin addicts are different. That's new.
That's a different drug, It's a different
It's a
thing to
different
do.
vibe, everything. Yeah, and it sucks that Dudley, after so many years, Dudley hasn't changed.
Nubian Station, Nubian Square.
The name has changed. The conditions are still the same. Like,
Yeah,
Same.
yeah, the same. But now there's plants on the side of the road. So don't you feel better?
Yeah, you got plants on the side of the road.
Hey, Black Lives Matter in the road, so you can't see.
the area still smells like pee. It still smells like pee when you walk around there.
All the stores are shut down. Why? Remember that article that was like, why can't stores stay open in Dudley Square?
Somebody give me a damn store in Dudley. I mean Nubian Square.
Damn it. I want
Just give me a store on the
Is Looking Goods on there? Looking Goods?
Look
No, they're gone, right? They're gone. Damn.
Is Alpha and Omega? Can somebody tell me is
Alpha and Omega? Alpha and Omega. Yeah, Alpha and Omega is still there.
What is there? That's the question. Payless closed. What is there?
All those like other stores, like the smaller stores, are seeming to close too.
Give me a space. The city need to
They
give
have
me
like
a
some job search. It's like a job site there, like a job.
The labs.
Yeah, it's some department. I remember I walked there like years ago because I seen they give you job training, and they were like, "Yeah, you need to have a bachelor's degree to get job training in here." I'm like, "What the hell? I thought we was trying to help people." Okay, whatever. That was years ago. Yeah, it was really weird. I was like,
I
"Wow."
think I know where that is. That's like right across the street from. That's next to the Daily Table, right?
I think so. Yeah. You know what's open out there? That strip joint.
Agus is open. I gotta go to Agus, bro. Not right now.
There's
Not
a
right
strip
now.
joint in there. That is hilarious. Have you looked at the review?
The review.
Yeah, so one day someone
I looked at
and I looked at the reviews and somebody said like, "Oh, this lady was up there. She's so old. I thought she was gonna fall and hurt her back." I was like, "Oh my god!"
Did you see what the Russian lady? They said the Russian lady who's at the bar is really nice, and the wings. And she burned the wings, so she gave it to them for free. Yo, Cynthia, I want to go to Agus so bad.
I am all set. I am good.
Since high school, I wanted to go there.
A strip joint in the middle of Dudley. I didn't even know that was there. I forgot. Like, just
Man,
recently.
somebody need to let me buy Agus.
I want Agus.
Nobody has ever said that.
Exactly.
Somebody need to let me buy Agus and then open the store. It would be like a store workspace. So like,
Did you see that dispensary they're trying to open right in Dudley?
I heard about they're always trying to open something.
So they're trying to open a dispensary right there, right in the area that we're speaking of. I think it's right next to where the Payless used to be. Right next to the
Isn't
Payless.
that place like a plant nursery or something? I feel like we went in there and it was.
There's a school like right next to it. There's like a
Yeah, I know there's City on the Hills right there, but isn't there? Remember when I tried to go to that weed store? It wasn't a weed store.
Yeah, there's that middle space where that nasty Dudley Cafe is, and then the little place.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not talking about that. You're talking about the plant place. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
And
No,
then-
but it's further back, next to the liquor store.
Yeah, it's further up.
Oh,
Yeah,
Where it was
they're opening a dispensary there.
okay.
That looks pretty cool.
That's interesting. Yeah,
Is it black owned?
I think so. Yeah, I saw them. Yeah, I saw them on the video.
They're gonna open one on every corner as if anybody's gonna go buy that expensive weed.
That's what somebody in somebody talked about that too yesterday. About weed dispensaries opening.
They're trying to open one everywhere, but
Yeah.
it's really expensive. People say the quality is poor.
Quality, yeah, that's what I've heard.
I guess it's because of probably where we're at, maybe because I saw an article online that was saying like Cali and places like that's warm, like usually warm areas. Talking about Cali is burning down. It's usually better. It's grow better, but I don't know. That's weird. I didn't know that.
But yeah, people don't really like but it being legal is a lot better than it not being legal. So
Yeah, at least folks can. Yeah, at least I think. Tito just got his approved too.
Yeah, the one in like Mattapan or whatever.
Yeah, yep. That one's pretty cool too. That was really good. He did I remember he did that community process and stuff.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what opens. The city hit me up. I can write a business proposal. I can put a nice little joint up in Dudley. Agus, hit me up. Let's see what we can work on.
Agus, obvious nonsense, and Agus, we can have something. We can have something popping, bro.
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm gonna find the best ass in Boston.
Oh, it's right here. Dumb down.
No,
My friend.
no, listen, all jokes aside, we need to talk this off camera. We should go over there and talk to them. Say, you need some new booty in here because this is.
You need some new booty up in here.
Listen,
They probably know too.
Like, this is old and dusty. This is bad.
I'm sure they know. I'm sure they're aware.
Man, let me own it. I'll have a women's night so that we can get some male strippers. Let me.
Oh, you
Crazy.
Remember when homie was talking about
you
having
smart. Alejandra, you full of ideas.
I'm always, right here, $1 Million Mind.
because
You know, there's a lot of old nasty people. You know,
that's an untapped market. Dad bod strippers, untapped market. All them girls on Twitter love some dad bod, untapped.
that's true. We can do a midget night too. That'd be cool. Midget night.
Bro, that's not a good word. That's not a
we
good
don't use
word.
that word,
Ableist
Santiago.
term.
Oh, what is it called?
A little person, maybe.
Yeah,
little somebody with dwarfism.
Somebody with
Little-
dwarfism, something like that.
I don't like little person. That's
Well, it's not what you like, Santiago.
Like,
Going to hell. We're all going to hell. We shouldn't laugh at this because we're bad.
I'm laughing at Santiago. I'm not laughing at the situation.
all right.
I want you to know,
Because
I'm not-
nobody has a good word. Can anybody could put a good word in the chat? What's a good word? It's not midget. It's
It's little
person.
people. It's a little
Little
person.
little person. That is disrespectful, man.
That's what they want, bro. That's like if you was calling me a Negro and I was like, bro, that's not what I like.
Anywho, buying address, no needles.
No needles. Save the trees, Ed Markey. I
the
just
trees.
sent you some tweets. I'm hoping tomorrow you'll come back to respond. I know it's late right now. You're an old man.
Yeah.
You need your
Yeah,
rest.
we need the trees, man. I wish we could fill up the hood with more trees, man.
I mean, we need to. I was just talking about how like it's so annoying that they plant those like nasty fake sakura trees, and they smell so gross.
Victoria says little person. Fine, but listen, I'm a little person, and they cuss me out. I'm gonna be like, listen, let me call my homegirl real quick, and you gonna find Victoria because they told me this is legit.
Victoria will be like, "Excuse me, I actually heard." No, I'm kidding.
I'm like, they told me this was legit. They told me it's little person. I apologize.
Bro, nah, but we need to save the trees, bro. And Marky, I'm hoping he could, he wake up tomorrow. I know it's late, he's probably resting.
Yeah, he need a rest because he getting a little old there.
Exactly, it's not 17. He's probably in bed. That's cool, bro. So when he wake up tomorrow,
We need him to stay strong. It was just like Bernie. I used to see Bernie all the time, but like, Bernie need a rest, man. Let this man.
That man looks like
he be looking tired. At least he can still talk, bro.
I was like, leave that man off for like 3 days because he needs some sleep, man. Chill.
When he was running around for Hillary, that's when he was at his most side. He was like, bro, like,
Yes.
Don't come with that shit.
Demon.
All right, final thoughts, Young. We gotta say.
Okay.
Yo, man, you just crazy, bro. Why you do that, bro? You are crazy, though.
Just jumped into talking.
Oh my god, you are crazy, girl. All right, what happened?
Thoughts, words, anything.
Oh, please, yo, guys, thank you for tuning in. No, seriously, follow, please. Oh, whoa, everybody left. Jesus, that was fast. Follow Needles in the Park, and let us know when next time we tune in, man. When's the next time we tune in?
Next Wednesday.
Let's
And
do
I'll
it.
fix up.
Yeah, let's pick this up.
It's
Yep,
cheating.
pick it up. And let's link up. I'm gonna check that email that you sent me. I didn't check it yet. I'm sorry.
All right, lit.
Let's get it. Are y'all free Friday? Come through Friday.
Got it. Adim.
All right, you will be disconnected now, right?
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Take care. Yeah.
Bye.